What's up everybody, this is Zoya, the Russian Korean. And in today's Explore the Lore, it is time to dive into the Odyssey. That's right, I will be finally looking at the different videos related to the Odyssey universe and also looking at some of the basic lore behind it. For those of you who are new to this channel, I do videos called Explore the Lore. It's like a little series where I actually take a look at the universe website and also at some of the other materials that are out related to certain lore. So far, I've been doing it by region. I have done one on the Star Guardian universe, and so today's is going to be kind of similar in a way that it's an alternative universe under the League of Legends, I guess, umbrella. And this time it's going to be Odyssey. It had been on my list for a while, and so I think now is kind of a good time to actually tackle it. So a lot of you in the comment section, also on my Instagram, and also in the live streams that I do, by the way, every Friday at 11 p.m. KST, you guys have suggested to me checking out the Odyssey universe, how cool it is, and you also told me that I need to look at 3 videos related to it, at least 3 videos. One of them is like the basic cinematic for the Odyssey, and then 2 of them are login screens. So that's what I'm gonna do today. So that's gonna be the first thing that I'm gonna do. And then after the videos, I'll go on the website and actually check out the written, I guess, lore behind it. So hopefully that's gonna work out well. I'm excited because my favorite Zed skin, who is my favorite so far, champion from the League of Legends world. It's not my main, just because I kind of suck when I play Zed, but the Galaxy Slayer Zed skin is my favorite. And so since it is from this universe, I'm interested to see more. It's kind of a shame that I'm doing it like pretty much a year or so later, but better late than never, guys. Okay, so I just punched in League of Legends Odyssey and a few things came up, and one of them is called Welcome Aboard. It's a cinematic, so I see Jinx here. Fine, cool. I'm going to click on that. Jinx has orange hair here. Sure. And then there's an Odyssey login screen. I think that was one of the login screens that you guys were talking about. And then I am gonna have to separately search for the Galaxy Slayer Z login screen. Yep, there it is. Okay, so those are the 3 videos that I'm gonna look at before I go onto the website. Surprisingly, have not seen any of these. Hopefully, I will have an adequate reaction. Now, I do want to check them out in the right order, so let me just make sure. Okay, the Welcome Aboard was released September 10th, 2018. That's like 2 years ago, man. And then the Odyssey login screen came out a day later, September 11th, 2018. The Galaxy Slayer Z actually came out April 18, 2019. So that's the order we will watch them in, okay? First, we're gonna look at Welcome Aboard, then the Odyssey login screen, and then the Galaxy Slayer. All right, let's get to it.
Happy birthday, big guy. Just a sec. There.
Jinx Production presents the Morning Star
dummy.
Recruitment.
Do you ever dream of a life among the stars? Well, now you can live that dream aboard our magnificent ship, the Morning Star.
The green screen.
Let's meet the crew. First up is Malphite, big boy with a heart of gold. Still working on his temper. And there's Yasuo, our captain.
Ooh,
Now
Yasuo.
face this guy. Watch. Heads up! And finally, me. Jinx, your trusty pilot.
I like the animation here.
Loaded stuff.
It's like actually fully cinematic. I like the whole concept of selfie homemade video, sort of.
But wait, there's more. We do all kinds of junk, like recreational activities, hands-on medical training, and team-building exercises. Oh, here's the best part. This beautiful and psychotic assassin wants to annihilate our entire crew.
Oh, that's Kayn.
Here's a little message you left us.
You took what is mine. I will find her, and I...
So cool. So, consider this your invite to
At first I
join
thought
the
something was
greatest
wrong with my
crew in
video.
the galaxy. The only question now is What are you waiting for? No, come on! No.
Oh, it's a huge ship.
So, kid, what do you say?
So wait. Was there somebody else there on the couch too?
What do you say?
Ah, no, it's just a little robot there. Never mind. Well, that was a fun. This looked like a trailer to a movie. Like, seriously. You get the main characters, you get the villain, you get the conflict, you get the setting, you know, everything is there for a movie, guys. Now, in terms of the looks of the champions, of course, I already know what they look like because A, I've seen some of these skins in game, and B, I play TFT, and there, you know, the whole galaxies theme, and so a lot of these appear in-game. So I'm sure my experience, you know, watching these is quite different from someone who would be watching it for the first time and seeing all these new skins and be like, oh, this is really cool. But it's still fun to kind of see how they chose to reveal those or how they chose to elaborate on those. I think there's a lot of potential for a cool story here. I like the Odyssey Yasuo skin. I also like the personality of Malphite here. He's kind of like this gentle giant with a temper issue. Kayn, of course, who is severely lacking in skins. Okay, anybody else out there agreeing with me on that? Anyway, glad to see his appearance here. I also wonder what the connection here is between the Kayn and the Zed of this universe. So I'm gonna hopefully find that out when I go onto the website. Okay, but before we do that, let's check out the login screens. I was not playing League when the login screens were a thing. So for me, it's just kind of, I guess, looking back at what used to be. So usually it's just some sort of combination of like an animated picture with some sort of music. So let's see what they did for these ones. Okay, the first login screen is going to be Odyssey. There goes the little rebel sign from TFT. I guess they use that for TFT. Wait, the only one here animated is Sona. I guess a little bit behind Kayn. The music has a nice punk grungy feel to it. I'm just looking at the photo, or at what I'm seeing. There's like these, I guess, creatures that live in the galaxy. Oh, the music is getting more cinematic here, more orchestral. It would be pretty cool when you're about to log in, you know, to see this kind of stuff. I feel like that's so much more exciting than just looking at, you know, a still picture. You'd probably spend a lot longer actually logging in. I just noticed, I guess, behind Kayn, there's his Kayn form and the Rost form, the assassin form and the Rost form. One of Jinx's braids looks like a cord, like she was unplugged from somewhere. Also, her hair and Kayn's hair look kind of similar in that little flip, you know, of the bangs on one side. Okay, cool. I get the idea. Really nice. It's got this epic galactic adventure kind of spirit to it. Like a lot of those, you know, cosmic related movies where it's like Star Wars and whatnot. Okay, and the long-awaited Galaxy Slayer login screen. Of course, it's going to be Zed. I wonder what the music is going to be like. Let's see. Ooh. Ooh, nice. It's got that epic villain sound to it. Very befitting for Zed, I would say. The gold blades, so stylish. A lot more stylish than, you know, his classic look. The blue flame, or whatever it is, blue light spewing out of his eyes. Pretty cool. I've actually seen like fan art kind of login screen animations. I think there's somebody out there on YouTube who's doing his own thing. He like takes a picture of a champion and animates it, even though that champion doesn't have their own animation, and then like shows the entire process but just really sped up. I kind of like watching those sometimes. I think it's pretty cool how you can make a still picture into like something that moves like this. I also just noticed that there is a person behind Zed. I guess they're out, either dead or unconscious. But Zed is the Slayer, I guess. Again, if I saw this logging in, I would probably just sit there and listen and watch. Personally, between the two login screens, of course I'm gonna like the Galaxy Slayer one better, but even without the Zed bias in there, I do like the song, I think, of the Galaxy Slayer better, just because it has that doom in it. And the combination of, you know, rock and kind of classical cinematic sound. I like that a lot. I wonder if they're ever going to bring back login screens so that I can experience them for myself, you know, firsthand. I see right now there are other videos related to the Odyssey universe. They're mostly, you know, champion reveals and skin spotlights. But I'm not going to take a look at those now because I am going to travel to the Universe website and look at the Odyssey page, see what's there. Let's go. Okay, so I am on the Universe website right now. This is the home page. And we're going to go to the alternative universe here and click on Odyssey. Odyssey. Da-da-da-da. Here is the login screen right there. I just noticed the flying cartridges or bullets from Jinx's gun here. Okay, let's roll down. Odyssey. The universe needs heroes. From the heavily... this is really tiny. From the heavily urbanized cover worlds to the uttermost edge of the galaxy, adventure awaits. The great Demaxian Empire has laid claim to almost every inhabited system, ignoring the objections of the ancient Templar Order and the criminal syndicate alike, in pursuit of the wondrous bounty of Aura. This mysterious golden essence, drawn from the vast, majestic creatures that patrol the stars, is the lifeblood of all civilization, but also promises untold power to those who can wield it for themselves. I'm guessing the thing that Sona is having on her little turntable here is the gold essence that they're talking about. So we got the backstory here. There's an empire that's kind of taking over this Odyssey world. And so, taking over this cosmic world, whatever. And then I'm guessing the reason why they're called Odyssey is because they're setting out on their ship for an adventure, you know, just like in the Odyssey. Okay, we got the featured video here that we've seen already. Here are the champions, I'm guessing. Ooh, they have little biography for each of them. I also like this little detail here on the side. It's like little programming going on, whatever, loading. Yasuo, blood type awesome. Hobby, reading stupid romance novels. Listen, how many people have that as their hobby and never admit to it? Let's face it. Girlfriend, rumored to exist, probably quite angry by now. That's an important detail we all need to know. Shoulder lizard status, adorable. Oh, he does have a shoulder lizard, man. I didn't even realize it was actually a creature. Okay, let's read his bio. Yasuo was born into a life of luxury among the superstructures and gleaming lights of the largest metropolis in the core worlds. Handsome, talented, and wanting for literally nothing, he loaned out his services as a premier bodyguard of celebrities and imperial dignitaries, spending his nights in a drunken haze as he aimlessly wandered from high-end nightclub to high-end nightclub. He probably would have lived his entire life without a care in the world, had he not been framed for his brother's gruesome murder. As dozens of Demaxian enforcers and rogue agents closed in on his location, Yasuo picked up a couple of down-and-out lunatics at a local bar, hijacked a ship, and ran. He's been running ever since. Not bad for a man whose only real problem used to be putting on pants for the day. Yasuo barely qualifies as a captain, much less a capable human being receptive to the needs of others, but he fights well, and unbeknownst to anyone but Sona, holds the key to avenging his brother, opening the legendary Aura Gate and saving the universe from destruction. Maybe it's not the destiny he deserves, but it's one that sooner or later he'll have to come to terms with. So, Not exactly the greatest personality, let's put it that way, but he's got a story. Song and Space Lizard. Yasuo's blade is called Song and not for any particular reason. Yasuo thought it sounded cool, so that's what he went with. Whoever wrote this didn't put too much effort, let's just say. They were like, oh, let's just slap this together. It's gonna sound cool. And I mean, I guess it worked. Anyway, not gonna spend too much time on one champion. Let's move on to Jinx here. Blood type excitable. Okay, best buddy Malphite. They're not gonna talk about her boyfriend. Hobby, brushes with certain death, whatever that means. Weird secret crush, Ordinal Kayn. I know, right? I guess we got a sense of that in the cinematic. Adept at building and or destroying, but mostly destroying, an array of haphazard, highly unstable weapons for the Morningstar crew, Jinx pilots the ship into an endless barrage of extremely dangerous misadventures. It is unclear why Yasuo hired her, beyond rumors of a 48-hour-long bender in the formerly undestroyed spinward quadrant of the Ludum Nebula. For some reason, all these League of Legends writings are kind of hard to read out loud. They're like mouthfuls. The two have been staunch allies ever since. Consistently excitable and deeply unstable. Consistently excitable and deeply unstable. Like, that's not a good thing. Jinx counts among her former employers a series of asteroid miners and the military gear manufacturers, most of whom present severe symptoms of post-traumatic stress disorder whenever her name is mentioned. She enjoys crash landing on hostile worlds for fun, accidentally obliterating moons with the Morningstar's main cannon, and definitely not being obsessed with Ordinal Kayn, a man who is actively attempting to kill the whole crew. She considers Malphite her best friend in the universe, mostly because she got him fired, but also because he can punch things really, really hard. And then there is a thing about her weapon, I guess. Next is Ziggs, whom we did not see in the cinematic, but he's part of the universe. Blood type, highly combustible. Hobby, bitterness and rage. All of these champions have some sort of behavioral issues. Capitalism, late stage. Angry at everything. I get the feeling like whoever came up with this, or whoever was writing this, or the team of people that were writing this, they were like, what's the randomest thing that we can think of? Let's put that on paper. A disgraced engineer, previously known for revolutionary advances in aura mining, Ziggs lost everything when a young recruit and her hulking manager accidentally rigged one of his devices to explode, vaporizing half. Look, you weren't there, okay? Enough with the attitude. Just let me tell you all about Ziggs for a second. It won't take long. He's pretty short. He made a fortune in his younger years as one of the foremost experts on aura extraction, refinement, and weapon modding. So much that it all immediately went to his head, as fame tends to do, developing even more efficient methods of extracting. Anyway. Bitter and manic. He now slings between aura's hotspots out on the galactic edge in a mad gamble to regain his former prestige, hoping against hope that he never ever, under any circumstances, encounters the recruit and her manager again. Heh. The recruit and her manager, is that like Jinx and Yasuo? Okay, and then patented explosive compounds are his weapons. Let's move on to Sona. Sona. It's an interesting choice of champions to include in the Odyssey. Okay, blood type. I don't know. Magic. Hobby, not talking. Occupation, moon wizard. The beat, confirmed, can drop it. Her costume looks like a combination of some stretchy fabric and metal. One of the mysterious Templars, Sona has a curious affinity with aura. I hope I'm saying it right. Aura, whatever. The divine golden lifeblood of all civilization. She was the most gifted child born to her order in a generation, with the rare ability to commune directly with the aura-producing megafauna that drift peacefully through the cold depths of space. Warned by them in the strange apocalyptic visions, Sona traveled with two other Templars and their followers to the edge world of Ionan. All of these names sound very similar to Runeterra names. An ageless creature not of this universe waited there for the day it could free itself and begin its dark work. Unfortunately, they were pursued by sling troopers from the Demaxian Empire, and Sona only survived the ensuing firefight by hiding among her disheveled militia fighters as they were taken prisoner. Ordinal Shaida Kayn, clearly under the influence of the insidious creature Rast, ordered them to be taken to the Locus Armada for questioning. Sona was able to escape his clutches, but at great cost. The man who helped her escape, Yona, was murdered by Kayn himself. What a sad story. With nowhere else to turn, she sought out Yona's troubled younger brother Yasuo. Ah, okay. So, Yona is Yasuo's brother in this universe, and joined his ragtag crew aboard the Morning Star, hoping to avert the as-yet unknown disaster that will apparently destroy all of creation. After watching Jinx's recruitment video, she's still at least like 85% sure that saving the universe is actually the right decision. I guess for me, as somebody with a little bit of a writing background, I can clearly tell kind of the blending here of like a more of a classic prose with some just colloquial stuff. The descriptions are so funny, guys. You can check them out too if you're interested. Again, let's move on. Malphite. Malphite is wearing a tank top. Yes, he is. Blood type. Unknown xenotype, whatever that means again. Hobby. Building cute little ships in bottles. And freaking out when it doesn't work out, I guess. Best buddy is Jinx. Always wanted to be a doctor. Aww. Malphite was once the pit boss of a deep space mining operation until Jinx cracked the asteroid in half and got them both fired. He always dreamed of going into internal medicine in one of the universe's premier healthcare facilities, but with medical school prohibitively expensive, Malphite turned to mining work. I sense some real-world inspiration here. Malphite turned to mining work, banking half of every paycheck to help pave the way for his dream to become reality, until Jinx was assigned to his team. For whatever reason, the two developed a deep friendship, even though all of his money went into repairing the equipment that she kept destroying. Having landed on the Morning Star as a matter of proximity, wherever Jinx goes, Malphite follows, he has developed something of an inability to control his emotional outbursts. He talks slowly, walks slowly, and only ever seems to perk up for a fight, crime, or a crime that involves fighting. His incredible loyalty to someone who is very obviously a psychopath has landed him in countless running battles across the galaxy, but he doesn't seem to mind. His alien biology is granting him a rock-hard carapace and big punchy fists, and you can go far in life with big punchy fists. That's pretty true. Also Malphite. I guess because he doesn't have a weapon, they just wrote also Malphite. Because he is his own weapon, right? I have a positive impression of an Odyssey Malphite because one time I was playing as an ADC Heimerdinger, and I had a Malphite support who happened to have an Odyssey skin. And he was really good and helped me a lot. Carried me through the laning phase. Very nice. All right, Kayn, the man. Let's see, blood type. Mostly aura by now, probably. Isn't that like really good? Because the aura is the lifeblood of all creatures and it's like really powerful. Hobby, audacity. Favorite karaoke song. Oh my god, featuring Ari. I guess they have karaoke in Odyssey. Evil monster Scythe. Yes, indeedy. It's kind of a cute name, actually. Yes, indeedy. Yes, indeedy. A supremely confident military tactician in the Locus Armada, Shida Kayn, has ascended to become one of the ordinals of the Demaxian Empire, carrying out the will of Emperor Jarvan IV himself. Oh, so I guess Jarvan's also part of this. Isn't Jarvan also the Emperor of Demacia? They didn't really try very hard to hide the connections here. Kayn has become obsessed with harnessing as much raw aura as he can within his body, even though such things are forbidden. Okay. Following the silent whispers of a strange esoteric power, he believes the process will turn him into an invincible immortal being. He's wrong. Even so, Kayn has learned that he needs Sona, one of the few individuals in the galaxy who can guide him toward fully unlocking his latent powers through the mythical, poorly understood artifact known as the Aura Gate. But of course, Sona's probably not gonna do that for him. Though he was once fiercely loyal to his emperor, Kayn has become obsessed with his personal hunt for the Morning Star, and will not hesitate to kill any who cross his path. Classical villain. He is charismatic, charming, nonchalant, a well-spoken man who appreciates the grandeur and spectacle of his own violence, and someone who enjoys the thought of being the greatest threat the universe has ever known. Honestly, the nonchalant part, not so sure. From the cinematic, he looked not so nonchalant after all. Little does he know, the actual greatest threat the universe has ever known is resting comfortably in his left hand. And Rost's biography is pretty much Rost's biography in, I think, the regular Runeterra universe. Okie dokie. And finally, Zed. Blood type, aura, but edgier. He does hold the aura in his hand, so he must be super powerful. Hobby, talking to himself. Clones, so many clones. That's not even that creative. Come on, guys. You could have put something about a girlfriend or something. Has contempt for the weak. Okay. Raised by the Templar Order. Okay, so he's kind of from the same little group as Sona. Zed dedicated himself to all its teachings at a young age. He learned every fundamental truth and passed every harsh trial until the day he stood proudly before his masters and was anointed into their ranks. Only then was Zed given what was to be his final and greatest test, to seek out and protect one of the legendary megafauna, a truly ancient creature worshipped as a god by many among the Edgeworlds. It was a test he would fail, in a manner of speaking. An expedition of Demaxian troopers ambushed the young Templar, seeking to harvest the creature's aura for themselves. Unwilling to let such power fall into the hands of non-believers, Zed killed it before their eyes, an act defying every tenet of the Templar faith. In an explosion of cosmic energy, the aura consumed him in the body and mind. Ever since, Zed has been himself, or rather themselves, as the most perfect expression of all life. With the interdimensional whispers of aura guiding him across deep space, he has become a monstrous entity capable of swift and deadly destruction. All other living beings are but distractions from his new vision of harmony, a galaxy cleansed of the weak and undeserving. I mean, it's a solid gig if you can get it. Okay, so he is, like, I initially thought that he's kind of like the ultimate villain here, but I guess not. He has his own story here, and the power that he holds, he kind of acquired it sort of accidentally. Of course, he did it himself, so he bears the responsibility, but still. And his weapon is, I guess, the aura suit. In the galaxy world, actually, Zed's face looks a little different. Quite different, I should say, from the regular face that he has in Runeterra, but I don't know which one I like better. I don't know. And so his suit is actually, it says here, Zed is infused with aura in its purest form. So the suit is the living weapon here. Kind of reminds me of Kaisa and her whole thing with her suit. I know like bits and pieces about certain champions, not like the entire story. But yeah, this kind of reminds me of Kaisa. But above all, the clones offer Zed a familiar face when he finds himself dining alone. What? That's totally something Zed should consider. He seems lonely. He does seem lonely. Okay, so those are the champs that we have here. Let's move down. There are some stories here. Ooh, there's the Odyssey personality quiz. Hold on, what else is here? Artwork of Odyssey. Okay, well, let's look at the artwork first, and then I'll take the personality quiz. I actually love personality quizzes. How's that? Okay. So first we got Jinx here. I'm not sure if it's just me or if it's the details on her hips, but they look wider than I guess her usual self. Then I guess her shape in Runeterra, but you know, this is a different universe. Everything's possible. Yasuo with his lizard. He must have crazy hair. Like, look at how it just bushes out of his little ponytail here. It's not little at all, actually. I like the colors. The gold here plays, I think, a big role, both for the aura and also for all the explosions and I guess the star galactic feel that it gives. Here is Ziggs. Ziggs looks plastic. I don't know, these highlights, they make him look plastic. Sona with the yellow eyes. All the gold is just a little bit overwhelming. Makes this picture look a lot more refreshing because there's this blue here, which dominates, I guess, okay. So he's pulling out this aura, I guess, from someone which I guess taking their life. That's pretty brutal. And his 2 forms in the background. Malphite. Again, the tank top. I can't get over the tank top. And what is this? I guess it's like one of the planets. Things you would see. Looks kind of desolate, but I guess there's still some life here. And here is a sketch. Okay, I remember this moment from the cinematic, and this as well. And you can gear up with some Odyssey merch. But I want to take the personality quiz. What's the personality quiz? Hey there, Space Ace. The crew of the spaceship Morning Star is looking for people like you to join their ranks. Here's a fancy space quiz that'll assign you a job on the ship along with your very own call sign. Okay, sure. First name, Zoya. Last name. Okay, blast off. Hydraxal Super Squid has the ship in its slimy tentacles. What do you do? Okay. Let me imagine that. Okay. Punch it until it dies. Max out the hyperdrive and blast it with the ship's thrusters. Rally the crew and defeat the beast with our combined force. Try to communicate with and calm the rampaging creature. Definitely not. Feed our crew to the beast until it seems satisfied. Not the last 2. I don't think those are the wisest of choices. Because if I feed the crew to the beast, A, that's just cruel. And B, I'm going to be left by myself. And what if it's not satisfied? Do I feed myself to it? So, no. Not the last 2. I would say if I had the Fist of Malphite, I would probably just punch it. But since I don't, I would probably just use the ship's capabilities, you know? Max out the hyperdrive. Blast it with the ship's thrusters. No need to sacrifice anybody. Jelly rebel pirates have boarded the ship and are looting a shipment of priceless alien eggs. What now? Challenge and destroy their leader in one-on-one combat. Let them have the eggs. They're not worth our lives. Use a very big weapon to blast them all into piles of goo. Remotely hijack their ship and fly it into a black hole. Convince them to give up their lawless ways and join our crew. This really got me thinking here. What would I do? I'm torn between challenging and destroying their leader and also just letting them letting them take the egg. So who cares? Okay, I wanna be braver, so I'll do this. Challenge and destroy their leader. Because I can totally do that. We find a broken down ship. The people inside say they need a ride to the closest port. We should keep our distance, help repair their garbage ship, steal their stuff and leave. Alert the nearest space patrol ship. Let them board and listen to their tale. You can totally manipulate your answers to be a certain way, but I will try to be honest here. I'd probably just let them board and listen to them. That's the easiest way out, I think. Don't feel like helping them repair their ship. They should repair their own ship. We take turns cooking. What's your signature dish? Barbecue spike shell burgers with all the fixins. That sounds good. A classic skitterbeak sandwich with homegrown cheese. Lignite marrow fritters with a delicate kelp fruit compote. Fresh lifeberry salad with light oil dressing. A 64-pack of horse chicken nuggets with Chaos Zone hot sauce. Come on, guys. This is easy. Of course, it's gonna be barbecue spike shell burgers. Duh. If you weren't on the Morning Star, you'd become a space pirate and terrorize the weak. I'm not all about that life. Seize control as supreme overlord of the universe. Hustle dummies at raceway planets for big cash. Explore the vast mysteries of distant worlds. Buy a ship and find a new crew of space smugglers. Your other ship is a heavy battleship, a light racing ship, a long-distance cruiser, a standard fighter, a fully loaded gunship. So I have another ship. Okay. This is like if you had another car, if you had a second car, what would it be? Would you have a pickup truck? Would you have a Ferrari? A fully loaded gunship. Yeah, that sounds about right. Okay, number 7. You check the fridge and find that the yogurt you are saving, the yogurt you clearly put your name on, is missing. What do you do? Okay, here's the thing. I know that in a lot of cultures, it's perfectly fine to like share a fridge, but also keep your own personal food. Like I did that when I had a roommate. But maybe it's just me or my mindset, but like if you're using the same fridge and you're living together, just share your food. And if you want something that's clearly yours, just get your own little fridge. But anyway, I understand the situation. So what are my options? Jettison all remaining food into space. Investigate each crew member to find the culprit. Swipe somebody else's snack. It all evens out. Nothing. They needed more than I do. Buy my own mini fridge. Hey, here's the answer before I even read it. Buy my own fridge. Some kids in a shiny cruiser pull up next to the ship. They're revving their engines like they want to race. You floor it. Ignore them. Lecture them on the dangers of racing. Who's gonna pick all these goody two-shoes answers? Ask them if they want to arm wrestle instead. Open fire on them. You know what? This situation is kind of annoying, so I just finish it right then and there. I would die if I lost my friends, freedom, strength, intelligence, passion. First of all, I wouldn't die if I lost any of these, quite frankly. But I feel like since I'm making a YouTube video out of this, the correct answer here would be friends, right? Because that sounds the most moral here. It's kind of an unexpectedly deep question. Okay, friends. Sure, friends. On your day off, okay, this is the last question. Day off. We went from I would die if to day off. Sure. Vaporize an alien world. Pump some iron at Muscle Planet. Go to the space mall with everyone. Work on the ship. Seek inner peace. Going to the space mall with everyone sounds fun. Also, working on the ship, probably, because when else would you do that? Although on days off, I like to keep work separate from leisure. So maybe seek inner peace. You know what? Go to the space mall. You can seek inner peace at a space mall with everyone. Okay! Congrats! We will call you Zoya Brave Thunder Destroyer! Doo-doo-doo! And your job aboard the ship is villain. Well, this is awkward. We're sorry, but we might have to rescind the invitation to join our crew. Oh, come on! Because like Kayn, you tend to take things a little too far. Well, maybe a lot too far. It's kind of surprising that you finished this whole quiz without running off to build some kind of planet disintegrator. Anyway, we've got to run. We'll mail you a secure badge. Promise. Later. I mean, okay, I guess I'm a villain in this universe. Am I surprised? Are you guys surprised? Have you taken this quiz? What did you get? Are we all just villains out here? Or am I the only one? I was hoping they would put me like in a captain position or something, but I guess I didn't answer it right. But I said I would die if my friends were missing. Come on. But I guess I'm not necessarily, disappointed. Zoya Brave Thunder Destroyer does sound pretty nice. Has a ring to it, you know what I mean? Anyways, guys, this concludes my exploration of the Odyssey universe. Honestly, it was pretty fun. I enjoyed it. I feel like it's kind of a not too serious, they're just having fun creating this alternative universe with, some similarities to Runeterra, but then also like its own things. The quiz certainly was pretty fun. The cinematic was excellent. And the login screens were pretty cool too. My favorite, of course, was the Galaxy Slayer. But what did you guys think? How do you like the Odyssey? Who is your favorite champion? What is your favorite skin? And again, if you took the quiz, where did they assign you? Let me know in the comment section below. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and subscribe to my channel. This was Zoya, the Russian Korean. Thanks again, and I'll see you next time.